we call it a remedies. It gives the exiting spouse something that they can do. They can come back and say, hey, listen, you're not making payments. I'm going to cure the default. In other words, they got to make up all the missed payments, pay some fees, and then they can repossess the house, or they can sell the house on the courthouse steps. And they would normally sell it to themselves, so that they're basically taking over the house again.
You bring up a great point there, like the idea, like this is just a remedy for when something doesn't go as planned. Here's a backup plan in case they are not making these payments. Here's a remedy we're putting in place. Now, that remedy, you still have to enforce that remedy, and you, not being an attorney, are going to have to get an attorney probably to help you remedy this, right? Because you don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it because that's not what our expertise is in. We're not in judicial foreclosure remedy, policy police here over here. So the idea that it's just going to be like, oh, this is just going to solve all your problems, like no big deal. Don't worry about that man behind the curtain kind of thing. Like, I think that's just ludicrous. And I think sometimes attorneys will put that in there and like say it's the last thing I go to. It's my least favorite of the, I want you to either sell or refinance is probably the two. Try to do the assumption if you got the money. Because the other problem with the assumption is if usually that spouse wants some of that money, and so you don't even know if you can do it until afterwards, and then you got to give them some money. That one's maybe, who knows if you can do it or not, and you might come back to us anyways, trying to refinance it. And then this fourth one's like, okay, you're in a really tight spot, and both you and your spouse or soon to be ex-spouse agree that this is what we're going to do. But like Noel said, for a little while, that's probably okay, right? Like, hey, we're going to do this for 2 years and then you're going to sell, right? Or you're going to do this till the kids graduate or something, right?
A lot of bad things can happen in that 2 years, but yeah, I mean, it should be intended to be very temporary.